Hi, my name is Four, and welcome to the Love in Focus, the podcast for moms where we explore, discover, build community with our only child. Let's get going. Okay, you know what I mean. Let's start with the program. Oh my goodness. Building friendships for your child also takes time, and it depends too, depending on the age of your child. So for me, when Olivia was a toddler, I had my stay-at-home mom friends, and they had children. Okay, so all of them had multiple children, and but their ages were they were a lot older than Olivia. So when we would go and do activities together, I started to notice, and you might start to notice this as well, that well, for me, my only child, she started like this was fun, but there wasn't like a connection. Not like if I compare it to me and my friends, I'm like laughing, not to say she wasn't laughing, but it was just a deeper connection, a friendship that I felt like Olivia really needed as well. So I started to be more mindful when I started looking at community events, things that and places like what can I sign up with Olivia that we can go back multiple times where she can see children her age, and then she can start build a connection with them and form friendships. But it didn't just work out straight away. I mean, like when I went to the library, and I'm going to use the library a bit because at that stage we were going to the library a lot during her toddler stages. So we would go to the library, and there was a specific age group, which was awesome because it meant that Olivia could hang out with the kids her same age. And then we kept going throughout that whole year. And then I started to notice, within, a few months, probably within the first month of the children that she really gravitated to. Like when we saw her, she's like, there goes, and she'll say the kid's name. And she looked forward to it because she saw her friend, and she'll want to sit with them and play with them and just follow them around the library. And vice versa. They could, started like, hi, there goes Olivia. And then I started to also build connection with that parent. Now, with that connection, sometimes it was more for Olivia. Like me and that parent, we didn't like become best buddies. It was more of we understood that it was for the children, but we wanted to connect where hey, are you coming back here next week? And I mean, it was like that. I remember this dad, and he had at that time an only child. No, actually, yeah. Uh, I don't know. Let me get my story straight. Anyway, a father, and he would bring his daughter to the library, and Olivia and her, they just got on well. And so I would say, hey, are you coming? I would ask, are you coming back here next time? And I would make sure the times that people came that I would be there because Olivia just really enjoyed it. Now, I didn't always talk to the parents the whole time. I mean, because, sometimes I didn't want to or they didn't want to. So it wasn't really for me. It was Olivia's time to have fun with her friends, her new friends. And the more I kept coming back, you can just see how some of those friendships have developed into now she's 6 years old, and we still hang out with some of those, one or two people, the families. But I just wanted to encourage you, depending on how old your child is, um, that and you're probably already doing this. You're probably saying, yeah, even though I have friends and they have children and some of their kids are a lot older, my child has a different interest, or depending on the scheduling. Because, oh my goodness, I don't know about you, but depending on when Olivia was having a nap, I wanted to have a nap. And I don't know, isn't there saying like when your child sleeps, you sleep? Yeah. I surely did that. I didn't do any dishes, no vacuuming, no putting away laundry, nothing. I mean, when her little eyes started to close, boy, I am just carrying her up in her little bed and I'm going to sleep myself. I'm like, this is the time to go to sleep. The only thing is, I've carried that on. I'm still taking a nap and she does not take a nap. So there you go. It's up to you what you want to do with your naps. And I was trying to come up with an acronym, and I think AI, chat, GT, GP, GTP. Okay, you know what I mean. I call them CP. I think I said, is it necessary afternoon? And I can't remember what the P was. Maybe present or something. This is a necessary afternoon princess moment. Who knows what it is? But yes, scheduling. And so it was really awesome because I find during that season when she was a toddler that with my scheduling, generally the other family has the same schedule, around nap times and time to lunch and things I got to do. So it was really good, and find out that mornings always work best for me and the other families. So that's what is wonderful about it. Now, if your kid is a lot older, is you're more flexible because there's no more nap time. And well, it depends, if you're homeschooling or you're going to school and you're working full time or part time. But the what I wanted to share is that why you are building your friendships for yourself is that you also want to take some time to help your child build and connect with them. And that might mean, mum, going to the same place multiple times. And also, it might mean that you might have to see that other family that you don't really have any common thing other than your child likes their family, likes hanging out with that particular child. And that's okay. I mean, because you don't always have to have like a deep connection, friendship. It could just be like a light-hearted, "Hey, how you doing? How's the weather?" And take a book or listen to my podcast or watch a movie, and that family will feel the same. I mean, you generally know who you want to, you get some idea how you want to, um, if you hit it off with the other family, the other parent or not. But I would say it's going to take some time going back to the event. And then it might mean also that you got to step out and help your child be introduced to that child multiple times. And I didn't know, you're like, oh my goodness, we're both shy. Well, I'm going to let you know you can do it. I mean, you can. Remember, you just say, and I'm saying remember because if you check out the other podcast, just say hi. And kids are really good anyway, little toddlers. I find at that stage, they just say hi or they smile. And when they look up to another child, and even if they don't say hi to a child, I know like some children, like they'll just walk up. They generally walk up slowly, depending, and then they'll just stay close to the other children playing, and then they'll look up and then they'll it's like, okay, I'm gonna come and play with you, right? And generally most times the other children will say yeah, or they'll be like, hey, why are you staying there? Just go, just come and play with us. So children are really okay. So it's just the consistency of going back to that place where your child was having fun with the other child, and in that area, and then you being the mom reaching out to the other parent and asking them, um, over time, like if the after 2 or 3 weeks you might get to know the parent, and then I mean, you can just ask them getting, oh, my child really enjoyed playing with your kids. And or the parent, if they're onto it, they'll just say, hey, is that your child? They might even ask questions about your little one. And then they might say, my kid, I have like 5 kids. They might tell their story and say, hey, it's your little one coming back here. So that's why it's really awesome. And don't be too difficult on your, and I shouldn't say difficult, is don't be too hard on yourself. Remember, um, if your child is, not bonding with the other children, because it takes time too. I mean, we've been to places with Olivia, and those children should be like, no one played with me. But now we tell her, well, if you want a friend, you got to be a friend. And so that is another discussion too around a 6 year old. But I'm really focusing on this episode around toddlers and explore, take them to places where you're going to enjoy. Because if there are places where you absolutely do not go, but your child goes, you really got to ask yourself, am I how long am I going to keep coming here? Because it is just driving me nuts. I don't know what a place where I wouldn't want to go to. I mean, maybe what's the place out there? Oh my goodness, I cannot believe she keeps liking this place and meeting children, and I am just not liking it. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it later. But generally, most times, well, actually, I just take you to places that I like. Yeah, so maybe that's the tip. Also, if you are able to, because you have transportation, uh, you might want to. It's best to start off to the places where you sign up, where you're going to at least enjoy it. If she's going to keep on going back each week, and because she started to form friends, your child, well, at least ask yourself before you sign up, is this the place I'm going to enjoy each week? Because sometimes the place where you go may not necessarily be for you, meaning you might not meet anyone. And sometimes there might be mums there, they just are clicky and they're just not going to talk to you for whatever reason. And I hope they do, but we all know sometimes they don't. So, but at least you enjoy it and you see your child forming friendships, and you are just so happy for them because it warms your heart. Now, isn't it great when your child has a friend and they talk about them and they're giggling and laughing, and the other child just loves being around your child, and it really does. It really warms my heart. So I hope this episode has been very helpful to you. And just to remind you, you are doing a great job with the time that's given, and be kind to yourself because you are serving, you are building this community for you and your family. I mean, you are going out there smiling, meeting new people, engaging, building new connections, taking your time, and it takes a while. You're stepping out of your comfort zone, and then you're cleaning and you're cooking and you're doing everything else. And I understand and I know what it feels like to miss your family, and your friends, your comfortable place. And now you're in this new place and you're wondering, oh my goodness. I'm just going to let you know, Mom, I hear you. And I just want to say, you are doing well. But just take it one day at a time for you and your only child. All you got to do is find that, go to a few places, remember, and sign up for some events, or as best as you can, if you can look for some places or activities that have the same age for your child, and preferably sign up things that you know that you're going to enjoy too. So depending what the activity is, you might have to sit and watch him do it, or if you can participate depending on the age, you might have to. But if you're going to go back all the time, at least you like it. So it's not a drain, it is an uplifting for you too. You get something out of it. That's all for today. My name is Foa. Thank you for listening to my podcast, Love in Focus, Building a Community with Our Only Child. Thank you for subscribing and leaving a review. Bye.